We will proceed to hear a presentation on the SIDS Global Business Network by Heidi Schroder-Fox, Director of the Office of the High Representative for the Least Developed Countries, Landlocked Developing Countries, and Small Island Developing States. Ms. Schroderus-Fox, you now have the floor.
Thank you very much, honorable co-chairs, excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. A very good Friday afternoon to all of you. My colleagues are sharing some slides with you as I give you a brief presentation of the SIDS Global Business Network. The SIDS Global Business Network contributes to the overall SIDS partnership framework by targeting and encouraging partnerships with SIDS involving the private sector. The GBN was an outcome of the Private Sector Partnership Forum that was a pre-conference event co-organized by OHRLLS at the 2014 Conference on Small Island Developing States in Samoa. The SIDS online website, it consists of two main parts. There is the SIDS GBN online website that provides a platform for partners to stay connected and stay informed about progress of partnerships that they have announced during these forums. And it is also used as a platform to share best practices and stories from the ground on how various partnerships are being implemented. The second parts are the SIDS GBN forums that are face-to-face meetings that are held every 2 years, which convene the private sector, governments, UN system, and other stakeholders to exchange best practices and lessons learned in forging private sector partnerships that support sustainable development in SIDS. Next slide. While the SIDS GBN and private sector partnerships cover a broad spectrum of business and industrial sectors, there are a few thematic areas that have been consistently raised as crucial for small island developing states through the programs of action in line with Samoa Pathway. And those are oceans, connectivity, sustainable agriculture, sustainable tourism, disaster risk reduction, renewable energy, and financing. Leading up to the coming biannual GBN forum in Palau, which I will describe more shortly, the focus of the network has been ocean-related industries. Next slide. The SIDS GBN online platform can be found at this address, which is sidsgbn.org, and I encourage everyone to sign up and encourage partnerships that you are involved in also to sign up on this website if you haven't done so yet. In doing so, partnerships and institutions gain access to the GBN forum meetings. And as we are currently reminded, face-to-face meetings are important to build both personal and institutional connections. The convening power of the UN Secretariat and the GBN is valuable in this regard to ensure participation of key actors in sustainable development in SIDS. You can also be informed of news, capacity building opportunities, and through the forums and activities, there are great opportunities to connect with key private, public, and other stakeholders in the thematic focus areas that I have listed. Next slide. The GBN website also features news on SIDS and private sector partnerships. For example, the latest story presents a webinar on biofouling and marine aquaculture. Next slide. The website also provides information, tools, and other support promoting genuine, lasting, and co-beneficial partnerships with the private sector. It includes, among other resources, information and links for companies to establish themselves in the SIDS. You can click by country and it will take you, for example, to the website for the Chambers of Commerce and other useful websites regarding doing business in that particular country. And here are some examples of partners and collaboration so far. Notable partnerships resulting from the GBN forums include announcement from Google to use technology and their expertise to expand the Sea Vision program in collaboration with other island countries. And similarly, on connectivity, mobile telecommunications company Digicel announced that the company will increase investment in SIDS to promote connectivity and support private sector and economic growth. Next slide. Here you have the timeline of the series of SIDS GBN forums that have taken place so far. We have had one in each of the SIDS regions, starting in Samoa in 2014, and followed by Aruba 2016, and the last one took place in Mauritius in 2018. The SIDS GBN Forum is the only dedicated SIDS private sector event organized by the UN. Next slide. In October 2019, OHRLLS hosted a high-level dialogue event on oceans partnerships for SIDS in the margins of our Oceans Conference in Oslo, Norway. The meeting was a stepping stone towards the GBN Forum at our Oceans Conference in Palau. Speaking at this event, President of Palau, Tommy Remegenzau Jr., underscored the importance of SIDS partnerships and the role of the SIDS GBN, stating that, I quote, the SIDS GBN has an essential place in driving these partnerships to match countries and regions with interested and willing partners, end of quote. The event also featured presenters from partnerships from all SIDS regions on topics including blue bonds, maritime border mapping, shipping, ocean plastics, and other ocean-related topics. Next slide. The 2020 SIDS GBN Forum will be convened under the overarching theme of Ocean Partnerships for SIDS during the Our Oceans Conference in Palau that is hopefully taking place in December. The conference takes place 7 to 8 December, and the SIDS GBN Forum is tentatively scheduled the day before, so on the 6th of December. This is the first time that our Oceans Conference is organized in a SIDS. And our Oceans Conference this year is focused on local to global actions for our ocean. The GBN Forum complements the wider conference with a focus on private sector partnerships. Also, as a part of the GBN project, to provide further substantive background to the forum, OHRLLS will develop a knowledge product looking at private sector engagement and partnership in SIDS. The report will be published to provide an assessment of trends, will support capacity development in SIDS, and serve as guidance for SIDS stakeholders on how to engage with business community to develop, establish, and manage partnerships locally. Here, I would like to acknowledge the generous contribution that we have received from the Government of Denmark and Government of Ireland to further work the SIDS GBN and to support participation of SIDS experts to Palau in December. And my final slide. Leading up to the forum, OHRLLS is promoting outreach with the private sector through a series of webinars focusing on the ocean sector, which we will execute in consultation with the steering committee of the SIDS partnership framework. Finally, with the GBN, we are now focusing on collecting partnerships for the 2020 SIDS GBN, again focusing on the ocean. We have put out a call on our website where we encourage you and your partners to register to the network. And we also warmly welcome expressions of interest from partnerships, public and private sector actors and beyond to participate in the upcoming forum in Palau. I thank you very much for this opportunity.